So we're looking at a pretty standard ground attack, but notice that my 3 jump spells, I dropped all 3 on the outer 2 layers of walls. I didn't concern myself with that innermost wall, and that is what we're talking about. Notice the number of spaces between the town hall and that inner layer of walls. There's 3 spaces, and that is key. Right there being 3 rather than 4 spaces means that my archer queen can shoot over that wall, take down the town hall without ever having to deal with the wall itself. And that is just about what we're going to see here. The rage spell goes down, units clearing that second row of structures, the queen in from behind, and now as the golems spread out, the queen takes out the thrones, moves forward, the X-bow is next, and after the X-bow, she's going to step in, go right to work on the town hall, and there you can see she doesn't need to get through that wall. With only 3 spaces, the town hall is going to fall easily, and the archer queen grabs the first star. Now 43% damage, the golem's still doing well, finally using the archer queen's ability, and that's going to easily get me past 50% for the second star, and there it is. So that really is the difference that we're talking about in today's episode, and what we will look at next is some 4 space town halls, specifically my own, and how that can come into play. So we'll go ahead and wrap up this attack, a 2-star win, just about 2/3 of this base destroyed, and again, that inner wall never needed to be breached. I had a couple of earthquake spells there just for fun. They were kind of a waste, but dropped them anyway, and that is going to wrap up the attack. 2 stars and 8 trophies. So moving on, we'll look at some defense of my own base, and notice the difference right away. I've added an extra space, even though we could have fit the walls 1 space closer to the town hall. There was a 4th space there, and that prevents the queen from being able to shoot over that wall. So what we'll see here is an air attack, obviously, and now the 3 or 4 spaces didn't necessarily alter the outcome of this attack, but we will be able to see the difference in just the functionality of the queen when we get down to the ground phase of this attack. So you've got the rage spell, you got the freeze spells going down, the lava hounds working their way in towards that next air defense. 39-40% damage, but both infernos are still up, so I've got hope that we can at least hold off and save the town hall. Now my defensive lava hound is still up, but he's got a few minions, so it looks like it won't be a problem for him to get my hound out of the way. As we fast forward through this part of the attack, the archers draw the hound over. Once the hound has arrived, the minions go to work, and he's going to patiently wait for them to get the job done. Dropping in the wall breakers, he's clearing that path for the heroes to at least clear the next 5% of the structures. So the last of the lava pups just about to go down, just missing him there with the poison spell. A couple remain. Here come the heroes, both heroes at the same time. So it looks like he's primarily worried just about grabbing the 50%, not really focusing on trying to get the second star, as there's a lot of structures in the area. But again, watch as the heroes move ever closer to the town hall enclosure. The defending king is about to go down. The barbarian king's iron fist activated. He is going to work his way off to the right, and as he does, the queen will close in on that town hall enclosure. Now he's already had to use the royal cloak, but watch right here as she turns and goes after the gold storage, where if that town hall had been 3 spaces away, she would have been after the town hall. So yes, even if it had been 3 spaces, she did not have the health to get it, but it just shows the AI of the queen, her limit of range, and the fact that she didn't target the town hall next. So we're going to move on to another attack replay, my same base. We've got another player, and this time it's a golem attack, a ground attack, and this player has dropped all of his jump spells, like you saw in my first attack, on the outer layer of walls. So he hasn't considered getting in through the inner layer of walls, and there are no wall breakers left, no jump spells, no earthquake spells, of course. And again, 4 spaces from the town hall to that wall. So we know the archer queen is going to have to work extra hard to get through the wall if she thinks she's going to get to the town hall. Now again, the king moving ahead, clearing structures along with wizards, and here comes the queen. She is on the dark elixir storage. Obviously next is going to be the X-bow. The freeze spell, freezing a couple of the X-bows for a while, and now the king is working on getting through that wall, but the queen, instead of heading for the town hall, she's moved off. She's going to go to the air sweeper, and after the air sweeper, she's got the X-bow because it is, again, 3 spaces from the wall, not 4 like the Town Hall. There she expires, not having targeted the Town Hall, but going past it to go after the Expo. And so this attack works out pretty well. The Wizards just get obliterated on the outside. Giant Bomb and a Spring Trap takes out about half a dozen, and that will wrap up the attack. Another defensive victory and 29 trophies. So now moving on to an attack by Tron Legacy, and right away we notice a different base design, but the similarity is in the core. Again, 4 spaces from the Town Hall to that innermost layer of walls, but Tron has saved his 3rd and final jump spell. And there it is on that innermost layer of walls. Units moving in through the jump spells. Here come the heroes in behind, the King and the Queen together. Golems are going to start to spread out and go after the defensive structures. Giant Bomb right there takes out the Wizard, so that's going to hurt. But the Barbarian King is headed towards that jump spell. He's going to work on that elixir storage, and after the elixir storage goes down, he will indeed jump over the wall. Now he's into the core, but watch the Queen. She is going to continue to go after the most convenient and closest structure. So after the Expo there, she goes after the Inferno Tower, that single target Inferno Tower, also 3 spaces from the wall, then the Dark Elixir Drill, then the Clan Castle. Now had the Town Hall been 1 space closer, she goes after the Town Hall next. Instead, she's moved on, Royal Cloak activated. She most certainly would have had the time and the health to get that Town Hall out of the way, but instead she moves past it, and Tron is forced to settle for a 1-star victory as she moves on to the next closest structures, completely forgetting about that Town Hall until she finally is taken down. And that is a pain